Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I hope you are having a great day. If not a great day, I hope you're enjoying some part of your day. And I'm glad you chose to spend a very small amount of that with me. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad to have you. If you've been here before, I'm really glad to see you back. Because y'all are the reason I do this. I mean, yes, I do get instant gratification out of it. And I'm sorry, my hands are a little cold today, so I'm going to hold my tea. I do get instant gratification out of it because I love showing my makes, and I love talking about yarn, and I love talking about sewing, and I love to talk. But y'all know this. If you are a returning viewer, you know how much I love to talk. So, this is actually the next day from the previous video. I was going to wait and try to do it Wednesday, tomorrow. I mean, Tuesday, tomorrow. But I was too excited. I couldn't wait because I knew I wasn't going to do it Wednesday because Wednesday is New Year's Eve. No. Do I have my days mixed up? No, Wednesday's New Year's Day. Okay. So I was going to do it tomorrow, but I got too excited. And, you know, it is New Year's Eve. I don't know that I'm going to be doing anything. This is that throat coat. And I didn't buy it for that feature. But since, like I told you yesterday, well, it's not yesterday in your world. It's 3 days later, whatever. That was Monday, in Monday's video. That my throat was feeling a little, and dry, and yeah. So this feels really good on it today. My hands are cold. It's not cold, but my hands are cold. And I don't know why. I don't smoke anymore, so I don't think it's poor circulation. But I do have peripheral neuropathy in my hands and my feet. It's much worse in my feet because I can't feel my feet at all. But for me to feel cold in my hand, it actually tells me that it's pretty. They're pretty cold. Now, you didn't come on here to watch me sip tea, so I'll put my tea down. Alright, so you know the big twist yarn that I bought from Joann. It was the winter and it was trimming the tree. Well, I told y'all I wanted to try something with it. And I actually looked at the Festive Fun, the green base, and was going to do that in a headband because I thought it would look really cute. Since I'm not a huge fan of the green base, but I decided to try trimming the tree. And I love how these headbands came out. Now, what I suspected is, and after I made these, I went and I searched on YouTube Scarfy, Lion Brand Scarfy yarn, and I came up with Passionate Kelsey's video to where she was just doing this for Christmas presents. And she was using the Scarfy yarn. Well, she had a prime example of what I was telling you in Monday's video about the change in the Scarfy yarn. The old Scarfy yarn used to transition like this. Alright? It used to be a very gradual gradient transition. But even she saw when she used a new cake or new ball that the line, the changing color, it's very distinct. It looks like lines, similar to what I was telling you in Monday's video, like that. And you could see it in her work, in her headband. And it's so funny that her and I make very similar headbands, but we make well, I got the market bag pattern from her anyway. So, well, not from her, but it was on one of her videos, and she said that it was a Stephanie Zed pattern, and I went to Stephanie, and the rest is history. So we both make a lot of market bags. She sells a lot more than me, though. But she's had her business established. And for someone her age, I think that is awesome. She is only 25, and she has a thriving business. I think that is so awesome. But anyway, so if you don't know who I'm talking about, I will link her channel down below. So she's a really good YouTuber. I really, and I almost said the G word, but she's a woman. She's not a girl. She's 25 years old. But anybody that much younger than me, I just feel so old. But anyway, I love how these turned out. I love the change because it went from green and white to mainly white with a little bit of almost like a cream color, and then it started going back to the green, and then it changed to a deeper green, and then at the very, very end it started to get burgundy. So I almost did a long tube and made it a scar just so that I could see these transitions, because they are awesome. I love them. And I still may try it in the Festive Fun, the green based, but I love it in this one. Now this one, that was the first one I did. This was the second. So it goes from the burgundy to the deep burgundy. Oop. I'm sitting here showing you like you're in front of me. You are in front of me, but you're up there. You're not down here. So anyway, from the red to the burgundy to the green, the dark green, and then the light green. And it never went to the transition to the white and cream. You can see it starting to, but then it goes into that in this one. It started very little green, and then it went into the cream. Then it goes back into the light green, the darker green, the deep green, and then the burgundy. So I ended up almost with two very similar, very close to being alike. This one right here has a little bit more burgundy at the end than this one did. And I know I'm not holding them right, but you can kind of see what I mean. I love this yarn. I think I'm going to be making a few more of these. And since I did get I got a total of 3 balls of this Trimming the Tree. I might make quite a few of those and take them down to where I donate my items, because that would keep some heads warm this winter. And yes, we're not we're not a cold climate right now, but seniors who get these items that I donate, their blood isn't doing what it should be and circulating as good, so they get colder easy. And I know those ladies look so cute in these headbands, if they wear them. Okay, so I got a couple more things. All right. Actually, I got a lot more things. That's what I made. And remember, I told you I was going to be working on the Flower Power. This is as far as I got. And then I started making those yesterday. So, oops. And I was going to work on this more last night, but I was so super tired. I don't know what it is. Sorry, my nose is itching like crazy. Anyway, I don't know if it's the daylight or me getting up at... Like yesterday morning, I got up at 5:30. No, I got up at 5. The day before that, I'd gotten up at 4:30, which really irritated the mess out of me because I'd only went to sleep at midnight or a little after midnight that night, which is practically unheard of with me anymore. There's usually 9 o'clock. I used to go to bed about 10:30. And then I started waking up between 4 and 5, and it got to be to where that wasn't enough sleep. So my body says, you're going to bed earlier. So sometimes it's 7 or 8 at night. And that's redonkulous for me. So, I did a little bit more shopping. I know, I shouldn't do that. But I got a lot of stuff today. So, these were out on the end cap at Joann, and it's the Big Twist Value. This one is Juniper Shrub, and this one is Peppermint Ribbon, and I thought they were too cute. So I'm going to give them a shot. I'm going to see what they do. Usually I'm not a one who purchases a lot of holiday-based yarn or fabric. But this year, I think I've went out of my comfort zone. Because if y'all remember, I bought some Big Twist Living in these colors that were definitely have a Halloween feel to me. This one is Community, and this one is Authentic. But, I mean, come on. To me, those scream Halloween to me. Now, I was going to make some hats with those. I have not made them, obviously. But, I swear to gosh, there's just not enough time in the day to do all the stuff that my brain wants to do. I do wish there was more time. I really do. And me making sure that I keep part-time hours at work will help go a long way to that. But you know, this week between Christmas and New Year's, it's one of those really, I swear to gosh, my nose keeps itching like crazy. Anyway, sorry. That week, it's like a limbo week. And especially for me, because I worked so many hours before Christmas that it was stupid crazy. And that's when I had to talk with my boss and said, look, we can't do all that. So, that's all the yarn. But that's not everything I have. Alright, so, the first little bit, they were having 80% off on, and yes, this is furry. This is so soft. They were having 80% off on their Christmas stuff, so I kind of went a little crazy. Alright, let me show you. If you remember, I had bought my grandson a flamingo. Well, I didn't buy it. It was the thing they were having that day was buy anything and you get a free ornament. Well, that's what I did, and I got him the flamingo to remind him of our cruise and the flamingos he saw in Costa Maya. So I have a chickie, a baby deer, a fawn, a kitty cat, and a bunny rabbit. And they're all fuzzy and soft and sweet. And these are not going on my tree. That's not what I bought them for. I'm going to put them over here around my little area. Once I get my area set up for my sewing machine and, you know, my desk and everything, it's just, if I want to, you know, have a little bit of softness or something, I'll just pet them. Or I may end up stringing a line across my window and just letting them hang there so I can see them. Y'all know how I am about critters. I love my wildlife. So when my wildlife's not out there, I can still see them in here hanging on my window. I know. I'm a strange girl. That's okay. That's all right. So, 80% off. Remember I said that, right? I bought new stockings. Look at these things. And they're so soft. It's like petting my son's husky. I mean, they're so stupid soft. And with the clearance, these were only $6 a piece. You see how big these stockings are. And my husband joked. He says, "So what? We're gonna do stocking. You're gonna you want these? You bought these big old stockings just to hang one candy-filled candy cane on? Because I buy the candy canes full of candy." And I was like, no. No. We didn't go. This year's Christmas wasn't our normal Christmas, because normally we go a little cray-cray with all the things that we buy for people. And we kind of restrained ourselves in. Part of it is because the wish lists were not as big as normal. The big ticket items, they wouldn't, I guess because my boys are getting to that age to where they just buy themselves the big stuff they want. So, I mean, there was a couple larger amount items, but nothing huge. Not like they used to. But anyway, so I didn't go super crazy with their stockings this year, which I have all of our stockings here. I have mine, my husband, my twin boys, my daughter-in-law, and my grandsons. I feel like something's on my lip, and it might be the remainder of that tea. I don't know. I thought I wiped it off, and then I grabbed my tea. That's what it is. And I feel it. It's a little bit of the honey. So anyway, we used to get the gift cards, We would get them a restaurant gift card, and then like Chick-fil-A gift card, or actually no. We used to get them like a McDonald's gift card when they were teenagers. And then they started working at Chick-fil-A when they hit 16. And then they didn't want really McDonald's anymore, so we started getting them Chick-fil-A. But 9 times out of 10, they forget they have these gift cards because they have their own money, and they just use their credit cards or their bank cards, their debit cards, when we go out to eat or something, and they don't think about the gift cards that they have stashed in their wallets. So I was like, why bother with that, But don't tell anybody. Can you hear me? I'm going to surprise my husband next year. These things are going to be stuffed. So, what I had thought about doing is, since I bought 8 of them, all right? There's only 6 of us right now. But there's 2 for expansion. So, if Austin ever decides he wants to bring somebody in our life, I have an extra stocking. Or if he or my other son he has a child, or if my other son has a second child, anyway, for a second grandbaby. Okay? So I did buy 8 of them total, and I don't know that will be the biggest the family gets or not, but I will deal with that when it gets here. But what I thought about doing is making personalized tags and just letting them hang down right here, attach them to the loop. I don't know. How should I make the tags? It's got to be something that I can do for the extra 2 if they need to be used. So it's not something like I can order off of Etsy and then that person shuts down their Etsy shop and I won't be able to duplicate it for any additions to our family. I thought about embroidering, hand embroidery, or even cross-stitching. I don't know. I don't know anybody with a Cricut. Or I could just get somebody to Cricut. If worse come to worse, I could get somebody to do a Cricut little tag now on like a little, what would look like a gift tag, and do the Cricut on it. And then if I did need to expand and use those extra two, and I didn't have anybody, there's a ton of people who use Cricuts, so that might be a possibility. All right, so that was 8 of those puppies. Now, remember when I was talking about my setup here to do my table with my my sewing stuff, and then have my desk behind me? Well, I said I wanted to take this Dollar Tree. It's so dark in here. I hope the light is enough. I mean, it's not as bad as it was the last time I tried to record a video. That tornado warning watch it didn't scare the tar out of me, but it definitely had me on my toes. But we're still icky and rainy and poor light. But anyway, the only reason why I thought about the light was because I'm looking over here at my Dollar Tree cubby, the little 6 cubbies, and it looks very dark over there. But I had said that I wanted to utilize, these are not going to be here, these bookcases, so I would love to utilize the space above on the wall right there. So I thought about going vertical, and I had mentioned to y'all maybe having some crates or boxes or something. So Joanne has these little wooden crates, all right? They're not heavy duty, and they're only $10. So I had a 50% off coupon for one of them. The other, I had a $10 off 10 dashboard rewards, my mission rewards. And then on the other, so I bought 3. And on the other, I had a $5 off 10 for buy online, pick up in store coupon. So this one I got for $5. That one I got for $5. And that one I got for free. Works for me. So, I still may get more. But I had thought about, now these aren't exactly square like I thought I was going to be buying. But what I can do is I can put them on the wall. And I don't know if I would do it this way, or that way. But either which way, I think 3 will be enough, because the space in between them will also be a cubby, you know, to put my fabric, my remnants. Because if you've been watching me the last month, you know I have a lot of remnants. And I have them loosely done by color. Now I have all my cotton remnants, and then I have my flannel remnants to make some more of my reusable paper towels. I love those things, by the way. I'm just tell you. Flannel remnants. But I have them loosely done, but separated by color, and then I have some in my little cauldron here. That is, I don't know if you can see that. Good golly, this thing has gotten heavy. With just various different kinds, you know. Nothing that really sits in one true family, except these grays. I can put those in my gray bin. But, you know, I have like kitty cats and just random things that have no... That's flannel. That needs to go down in my flannel thing. But once I get everything set up, all of these will be... Sorry. All of these will be in these crates. And I'm I'm wondering if I want to do it on this wall and that wall. And then use some of that corner space. I might have to put like a board or something to connect the two in the corner. It's raining. I just seen a squirrel run from this side of the window, which is from this corner of my house, in underneath my husband's truck. But I mean, hey, there was a wren yesterday right before the tornado warning came through. So if I don't have wildlife out there, I have them in here. Well, that's domesticated, but you know, wildlife. Y'all don't understand. These critters bring me joy, even if they're outside doing their own little thing. I just like to watch them. But anyway, yes, I know. And that was a literal squirrel that time. Squirrels! For those of you who don't know or are new, my husband teases me all the time about the fact that mentally I have squirrels. My brain will just jump from one thing to the next, and it's like, oh, squirrel! Yeah, I'm a distraction, changing subjects, that kind of thing. So, you'll often hear me say, squirrel! yeah. But that one was a real squirrel. That was not my brain getting sidetracked. So anyway, I don't know how I want to do this as far as securing these to the wall. These are not that heavy. I mean, they're probably, I'd say about 5 pounds, maybe. Because I'm trying to think of what a 5-pound bag of potatoes, and that's probably about a 5-pound bag of potatoes. But the weight comes in when I add all that fabric. And there's no way I can construct these to where they would hit a stud every time. So what I thought about doing was deciding how I want to set them up. And maybe building a platform above my desk or above my table that they can rest on. And then just use command strips or something to hold them against the wall so that they don't come falling off. But securing them together. And I don't quite know how I'm going to do that yet. But y'all know me. I do greenhouses. I build greenhouses. I'll build anything. So it just, I got to let my brain simmer on it for a minute. I just got them, so my brain has time to work. Because it's probably going to be at least maybe a week to get everything situated over here. Because unfortunately, these things are massively heavy. These are solid wood. I have 3 of them. I have 2 this size and 1 that size. And yes, I have a hand dolly. But until I get it sorted in my brain. But you know, I don't know that I'll be able to sort it in my brain until I get these moved. Of how I want things. So that might be my first thing on the agenda. I might have to tell my boys. Because the tree comes down tomorrow. My tree never stays up on past New Year's Eve. And I hate, that tree is so beautiful. I wish I had thought to see where we get our live trees. He cuts them whenever we pick one. That's when he cuts it. And I don't think, he's an older gentleman, so his family helps, or kids he hires helps now. So I only got to see him for a minute or two, but or else I would have asked him, can we dig it up by the root ball? Because that would have been a tree I would have loved to have out here. I mean, it's useless now because, you know, it's been cut and it's massive. I was looking at, and y'all know I told you that I was trying to talk my husband into an artificial tree for next year. And I was looking at Wayfair, and they had some pretty decent looking trees. I was looking between $100 and $150. I know that's not much, It is to me. But I wanted one that was full, because that's one thing we've always went for, was the bigger, fuller trees. And the diameter on a couple of them that I saw was anywhere from 45 inch to 55 inch. That's a pretty good substantial. That's at least a 4 foot in diameter tree. And I think that would look good here. And I think it would appease my husband as far as the fullness of the tree goes. But when I mentioned it yesterday, he shut that down quick. He's like, I ain't getting no artificial tree. We'll see. Because the last few years, we have spent ridiculous amounts of money. That thing was $80. The cheapest tree that I saw that was even in my scope was about $89 as far as the artificial trees. And yeah, I like this tree. It's beautiful, and we didn't have to camouflage any bare spots or anything like we normally do. But that's part of having a real tree. You know, nature's gonna do what nature's gonna do. Nature's gonna grow that tree, and pruning. But that tree right there was gorgeous in its own right. So I'm gonna see if I can get those crates, not carts, those crates out of my way. My boys laugh at me when I'm in my little nook. They're like, it's so small in there. Well, it's not going to be. Because like I said, I think I'm going to move this. I'm going to have to move this because my desk is, I think, 40 inches wide. So I'm going to have my 6 foot table here. And then I'm going to have my desk over here behind me. So, yeah, this is probably going to have to move. But even if my backdrop is not mostly yarn, even if it is a desk and sewing machine parts and stuff on the wall, remnant crates on the wall, you'll still see plenty of yarn. Trust me, I will never give up my yarn. I love working with it too much. And it's so funny because, yes, I use a lot of cotton yarn in my market bags, in my hand towels, in the bandanas, in the hot pads. Oh, speaking of hot pads. Yes, it's a squirrel, okay? Y'all bear with me. So, Joanne has a insulating fabric. It's an insulator. It's things that you put to make hot pads and I know y'all are hollering at the screen. I know you know what I'm talking about. Oven mitts. I tell y'all I haven't slept much. Is it obvious? Anyway, what I thought about doing, I'm going to make me and my daughter-in-law a table runner. Alright? What I want to do is, I think I'm going to make us two. One is a winter theme, or spring and summer. Mainly hers is going to be sunflowers and I grabbed my flannel, sorry. But I thought this was cute. It's got all kind of little dinosaurs. Anyway, hold on, sorry. So I thought about making, it's going to be a little wider than this. Let me see. Maybe about this wide. About 12 inches. I think this is about 12 inches, right? Alright, well that's 12 inches. So, I'm thinking about maybe 12 to 18 inches wide. And having it, I was about to put the yarn back where I have my ruler. I thought about doing it reversible, so that we could have it on our table regardless. and you know, but make it insulated so that if we did want to use it as a table runner and a hot pad or trivet or whatnot, we could. Hers will probably work better for that, because she likes the darker colors. And hers is probably just going to be sunflowers on one side and then another season on the other. Like I could do sunflowers in winter. Oh, I could do like a white background with sunflowers and then winter. And then just make her two. And then a dark background, like a black background with sunflowers. And then Christmas. There you go. Hers is easy. Now I might have to make 3 for me. Because I would want one winter and spring, reversible. Summer and fall. And then make one like a Halloween on one side and Christmas on the other. I don't know. I could just make one Christmas. Do winter and spring, and then summer and fall. And the fall can be for all of fall until I go into Christmas. And then just do Christmas. Do one for Christmas. I can have one pattern on the one side and one on the other. I could make like mainly one fabric for Christmas. And then have the reversible side do a quilted pattern with Christmas colors and stuff and Christmas designs. Because I looked at a star pattern for a quilt, the motif. So I might be able to do something like that. But like I said, y'all, there's not enough time in the day for me to do everything that's swarming around in my head. Because I have so many ideas. And they don't stop. But what I was saying about all that was, all the things I make with the yarn, and now the other things that I make with the cloth, the fabric. But the hot pads and stuff, and all of that, the market bags, the bandanas, the hand towels, all that needs cotton. And then headbands, hats, scarves, lately fingerless gloves. All of that uses either acrylic or cotton blend or wool blend. And of course my socks. Y'all know me and my socks. But I still do want to make one of those fingerless gloves with one of my sock yarns. Because I think that would be really pretty. Because I choose my sock yarns. I do have solid sock yarns from Hobie. And I might pair them up like on the cuff. And, do around the wrist part. And then ooh, that would be pretty with one of my self-striping. Or even my speckled. Because I got speckled from Arcane Fiberworks and speckles from Ruby and Roses. And the one that I got up there from Copious Fibers, I think that one is a speckle. Then I have the one from Three Crows Fiber over in Augusta. So, yeah. I might throw a pair of those fingerless gloves on those needles. Depends on how many I have to cast on. I can't remember how. I remember the pattern. I don't remember what it said to cast on. Because those interchangeable Chiagus that I just got, they're the 5-inch tips. So I don't know that I would be able to do it. Because I don't know how to do the magic loop with the knitting needles. I tried that a long time ago. But I don't know if I had. It was back before I got my very first Chiagus. So it could have been the cable was too stiff. But that red lace, Chiagu, that red lace right here, these are very flexible. they don't have a memory, so it wouldn't be like, you know, they would be too stiff and wouldn't be malleable. So I do need to get that flower power done. And I may go ahead and cast on a pair of those gloves. I don't know why I want to do those so bad. I blame y'all. It's your fault. Not really, but probably a little bit. You gotta own some of it, because fingerless gloves are not my thing. I don't wear them. But since I've looked at those patterns, I really wanted to do them. I did the ones that looked like that were, you know, inspired by Outlander, and that was very basic, but I liked the 1x1 rib on those. And then the crocheted granny square ones, I like those. But I really was the Pioneer Gloves by Kelly McClure. I think that was the ones. And that's free, by the way. It's a free download on Ravelry. And I love the construction, the look of the way the short rows do in that one. And I think that's the only reason I would do that pattern. Not because it's fingerless gloves, but because I would love to do that technique the way that it does for the thumb. And oh, it just looks so cute. But anyway, I have bought way too much. But now, to be fair, y'all saw that I paid for all three of those crates. I paid a total of $10, so they were about $3 a piece. One I got for $5, the other I got for $5, and the other one I got for free. But so if you do, you know, the cost of the two, yeah, it's $10. And you can do that. I mean, it has nothing to do with me working and getting the employee discount. That is straight. I got them cheaper than that, but as I was trying to let you know, as just a regular consumer, you can get all of these things that I can get the same way. Just like they had a 50% off coupon on the website that you can use as many times as you want. Now, the ones in your app you can only use once, but the one in the on the website you can use as many times as you want. And then I had the $5 off 10 for doing a buy online, pick up in store. It's sent to you minutes after you pick up your order. So I always just put my order in my car and then go back in and walk around for a few minutes and wait for that email to come. And then the other was my Mission Rewards. And I got that just off buying Remnants. I mean, Remnants right now are 75% off the original yardage, the yard price. And that goes, I believe, till January 29th. And that was how I met my mission. I mean, some of these Remnants cost me $1. Some of them, actually a couple of them, one cost me $2. But that Remnant, that was like a $19.99 original thing, I think. Or it could have been a $16.99 original. I can't remember. But most of them hit under $1. And y'all have seen how many Remnants I come home with some days. But I really didn't spend a lot. These right here were, I think, $1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the ornaments at 80% off are $1. And then the crates, which we've established what I did those. And then those, the stockings. Now those were $6 for everybody. You know, I got a little extra with my employee discount, but so I didn't like over stupid spend. I really didn't. I think these were the most expensive thing I bought compared to list price or what they normally go for. Like, Joann's Big Twist is stupid. I think it's like $4.79 or something regular price. I never buy it when it's like that. I always buy it when it's $2.79. Well, these are $2.79, and I had a 25%. No. It was my employee discount with these. So I think I paid $1.50. No, $1.20 for these. No. Wasn't $1.20. I think it was $1.50. I think these were $1.50. Maybe $1.79. I don't remember. I think I got $1 off of them. But so really, it wasn't. It wasn't that much. I think in total, after my employee discount, I might have paid $18 for all that. The biggest thing, size and usage, is those crates, because I'm going to get so much use out of them, and I'm excited to do everything. I'm getting a little impatient with myself because I know that I have to do this when I have physical help. Because the last time I tried anything of this magnitude by myself, I hurt myself, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be down and not be able to work or be able to get around and whatnot. And I hate my body. I know people have it worse than me. I know they do. God knows, look at Kayla. But sometimes I snap at the restrictions that my body puts on me now. But anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm going to sit here and kind of probably draw it out on paper to kind of give myself a good idea of measurements and whatnot, because I need to measure the big 6-foot table and then measure how the desk is going to go. Because I can get the measurements of the space I will have versus the space I will need, and then I can go from there. And then when my boys get a chance, maybe they can help me. Like I said, tomorrow the tree will be gone, and I'm thinking about putting this big boy where the tree is. I have to be careful. I'll have to put it on the one wall here, because the wall where my thermostat is, my husband wouldn't want me to block it. So, I don't know. I will come up with something. I always do. But I'm going to get off here, and I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you find some kind of joy in something that you do today or tonight, whatnot. I just hope. You know what? I just thought of something. Y'all, we will have done New Year's by this point. So I hope you start your New Year's off in the best sustainable way that you can. And by sustainable, I don't mean environment. Well, that's true, because y'all know me. But don't put all these New Year's resolutions on yourself that you cannot adhere to. I can sustain a certain level of me, and I don't ask anything more of myself than that. Do I have goals? Yes. And do I make some of them goals at New Year's? Yes. Do I hit some of them goals? Yes. I don't hit all of them. But sometimes goals evolve and they change, and you just you have to roll with it. So keep that in mind as you're looking and going into 2025. I wish you well. I'll see you later. Bye.